Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today, John Greschner calling.
My name is John Greschner. I'm in Colorado Department of Corrections in the Arkansas Valley Correctional Facility in Ordway, Colorado. My address is 12750 Highway 96 at Lane 13, Ordway, Ordway, Colorado, 81034. I'm a federal prisoner doing 2 life sentences for murder and conspiracy to commit murder. I'm in the state prison system because I filed a bunch of lawsuits in the feds. They kicked me out, and I ended up over here. I've been a member of the Aryan Brotherhood for decades. I'm National Commission, me, Barry Mills, T.D. Bingham, and I'm doing this program, an introduction thing, kind of a background information thing on me. But I want to go into clarifying misinformation in culture and books and all that have been coming out about the Aryan Brotherhood, about me and about a bunch of other guys. Government misconduct, illegal intelligence unit that supermaxes over in the ADX, and a lot of other stuff that was going on. There's a lot of stories about gangland and all that. We can talk about all of that, but it's very important to get out what's actually going on in these prisons, the government that's behind it, and resulting in prisoners' deaths, race wars, gang wars, all that. That's what I was arrested in October 1968. I've been down ever since. I've been in prison for the last 56 years.
Wow.
Got 38 of it in solitary confinement. The time I'm doing right now is what I picked up in jail. It was over gambling games, turned into a dispute. Guy was, him and some friends were talking about killing me and another guy. They tried to ambush us. It turned into a knife fight in the Center Hall at Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary. I killed him in a knife fight. In a book that recently came out, they said I did a public execution because he owed us $1,000, and I did a public execution in front of government officials. That's not true. An informant at a federal racketeering case we had in Santa Ana, California, said I killed him because he told on people for robbing banks. That's not true. When I was originally indicted, the U.S. attorney jumped up in the courtroom, said, "Your Honor, this man's a member of the Aryan Brotherhood. He's a contract killer, and this is a contract killing to keep the victim from going back out to California and testifying for the people." That's not true either. The truth of the matter is this dude owed us $1,200, $1,500. I borrowed him from the games till he paid his debts. He didn't like it. He got a knife. Him and a partner of his moved on me and a friend of mine, a Japanese dude. My jury was out 3 days, tried to find me not guilty of self-defense twice, but we had a bunch of political baggage going on at the time because 3 guards in the federal prison system had been killed, 2 at Marion and 1 in Oxford, and an informant who was lying put me in the middle of it. He said there's a conspiracy by the Aryan Brotherhood to kill federal officials. They believed it. 5 years later, they finally came back around, so we realized that was a mistake on our part, but they believed it at the time. And so, that's what led to my convictions. I should have beat the case, but, that's how it is sometimes. So, I've done 28 years in the federal prison system in Marion, Illinois, when it was the new Alcatraz. I did 1 year in Leavenworth when I picked up that case. And I did 8 years. I opened up Supermax in Florence, ADX, Colorado, the only acknowledged black site on American soil. I've done time in the California Department of Corrections from Pelican Bay in the north and the Shoes up there all the way down to Ironwood, down to South Quentin, Folsom, Corcoran, High Desert, all them places. So, I kind of been around the country, man, and I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of the truth on what's really going on. So that's what I'm doing this for. And now at this late stage of the game, I teach meditation, deep meditation, self-healing, Siddha yoga meditation, Buddhism meditation. I've been doing that all around the country, and it's helping a lot of people. So that's what we're doing. Me and Barry, I go back to the mid-'70s, 1970s with Barry Mills. Me and him were on the National Commission together. He, myself, and T.D. Bingham. Me and Barry was cool. Barry was a good brother, and then he kind of got stuck in the feds, and it, and then another brother named Slow kind of got in his head because we were doing a lot of business with the Italians, with John Gotti and Nicky Scarfo, And he slow-footed in Barry's head that he should kind of fancy himself as a godfather or a boss. But our organization didn't run that way. We had a three-man commission, and we had some guys under us. But basically, we didn't have any bosses, man. The commission made all the rules, and Barry had some beefs with some brothers. He was trying to put some informant jackets on them. And it takes two commissioners to green light a brother. We got no hands policies. You can't even raise your hands to a brother. Even another brother can't do it. If you do, you're going to get whacked for that. Nobody else can put their hands on a brother. For anything to happen to a brother, two commissioners have to green light it, have to okay it. So Barry pulled me in because TD was at Leavenworth. He was the third commissioner. And he's telling me like 4 or 5 guys are informed. I said, well, where's the evidence? There is no evidence. So I said, listen, I'm not rubber stamping that. You're going to have to get with TD, and he's not going to do it either. And I went and told all the other fellas that were there in D unit with us at Marion. I said, listen, that's what he's doing. There's a common denominator that runs through all that. He's been having problems with these guys over the oldies but the goodies. Drugs, money, and politics. And now he's trying to, put informant jackets on. But listen, man, there's no evidence of that. Call it what it is. Don't start smutting people down. So he didn't really like it, and I told all the fellas, our laws, if anybody gets involved in that, anything happens to a brother, everybody involved is going to get whacked. That's just how it is. Those are our laws. That shit's carved in stone on the face of the mountain. There's no gray areas. Well, Barry didn't like it, and so I had to go to him and tell him, listen, man, don't you ever try to give me an order to go kill somebody. If somebody needs to get killed over there, you get your knife, I'll get mine. We'll go kill them together. You're my brother, not my boss. AB stands for Aryan Brotherhood, not Aryan Barryhood. And he didn't seem to appreciate that, but, those are the laws, man. So I get moved over to the other side of the block. I'm over there with the fellows over there. A few months later, I get wrapped up on a conspiracy, vicious rumors, conspiracy to hijack aircraft and escape from Marion, so I'm going away for a while. In the meantime, a guy came in from Boston named Kevin Rhodes. I didn't trust him. I told Barry, do not trust this guy. In retrospect, I believe he was an FBI plan. He turned out 7 years later he was missing in action. He rolled over, was the first guy in that illegal intelligence unit at the ADX in Florence, Colorado, where they're fabricating racketeering cases on us, on other prisoners, on U.S. citizens, and on foreign nationals. All this came out later, man. When a guy rolled out of that unit, Danny Weeks, I encouraged him to write the newspapers about it. He did, and westwardnews.com called The Broken Code, the year 2000. And 5 years later, there was another one called Bringing Down the Brotherhood. Danny was claiming to be a brother, an Aryan, a member in the Aryan Brotherhood, a shot caller. He never was. He's a bullshit artist. But at least it gives you some insight into what was going on in this unit. The thefts of national security documents and all that. So I know all the facts and all. I had to go through Jackie Reed on BET News to go up to the White House, Condoleezza Rice, to get the national security documents back to the agencies. There's a big thing they're trying to fabricate a case on the Nation of Islam. Farrakhan, I warned Jackie Reed. She got with Farrakhan, warned him. There's all kinds of stuff that we need to go into in other sessions here. And this is all independently verifiable. So anyhow, Barry didn't like it. He started talking shit about me when I'm away in the hole. Kevin Rhodes told the cops that got us put on separation. For the next 7 years, I'm down in the shoes, and I'm hearing from cops, what are me and Bill's beefing about? I tell him, I ain't got no beef with nobody. Finally, I told the unit manager in the shoe down there in the ADX, I told him, listen, man, hypothetically speaking, you got that, right? Hypothetically speaking, he says, okay. I says, if me and him got a beef, if he's got some hard feelings about something with me, he'll get over it. He said, he'll get over it. I says, that's right. He said, okay, John. So I got out to the main line in 99. We were all in C unit for a minute, and we had to get the encryption systems together and all to communicate between the blocks because they're building these A ranges to put all the tips on to lock us down. We're on the main line, but we're in these tips. So because we had a war going with the DC blacks because they just decided, well, let's just jump on all the whites, and they jumped on a couple of us at Marion and people that kicked the war off. A lot of people got killed over that. The federal government was involved in putting us up in Lewisburg. When the director of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, when the investigation went down in the United States Congress, House Judiciary Committee, Kathleen Hawk Sawyer testified in front of the Congress Judiciary Committee. Says, listen, Lewisburg is off limits to any active Aryan Brotherhood or Mexican Mafia, who are our allies. So what happened? Right when these guys did this, they went to Marion, went to Big Al, Tweak, JC, Jason, and Wayne Bridgewater said, hey, you guys want to get out of Marion and not go through the step-down program? They said, hell yeah. They said, we're going to send you to Lewisburg. They said, cool. They already knew, because one of the guys that was talking all this shit, talking about, I got 300 comrades up in Lewisburg. This is a DC black named T. He said, we'll just surround all them crackers and smoke all of them.